Thomas, and today we will be making apple cider caramels. When compared to plain caramels, these are pretty easy, but that does not mean that they do not require a lot of work and effort. To start, measure 4 cups of apple cider into a pan. Boil for about 40 minutes until it has simmered down to about 1/3 of a cup. Meanwhile, measure out your ingredients. You will need 1 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar in 1 bowl. In a small bowl, you will need 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1 teaspoon of flaky salt. You will also need 8 tablespoons of butter chopped into tablespoon-sized pieces and 1/3 cup heavy cream. To prepare your pan, put the baking sheet parchment paper in and crease it at the edge of the pan. Then fold on the crease. Do the same with the following sheet. Put the opening part on the bottom. Crisscross the other one. Crease on each corner to hold its shape. Put off to the side. Once the amount of apple cider in your pan has narrowed down to about this much, remove it from the heat. Add both sugars, heavy cream, and butter. Attach a candy thermometer and turn back on to medium-high heat. Boil until the temperature on the candy thermometer reaches 252 degrees. When it starts getting close, you have to really start paying attention because you don't want it to get too hot. We're at about 240 degrees right now. Just keep stirring. Get there eventually. Okay, we just passed the 250 mark. 250 and a half. It's not that precise. 251 about. 251 and a half. Okay, that's close enough. So, now you want to remove it from heat. Remove the candy thermometer. Add your cinnamon salt mixture. From experience, I know that this does not get incorporated with like one stir. So you have to really give it a few good stirs. Then dump it out into the pan. And it's pretty much done. Now let it sit at room temperature for about 1/2 hour and then put it in the fridge. I'm gonna put mine in the fridge overnight and I'll be back tomorrow morning to cut them up. Okay, so now that we've had these refrigerated overnight, I just took them out about 1/2 hour to let them soften a bit. And we're just gonna take a little knife and run around the edges to get this out. Now I think it's most useful to flip this over. Take the parchment off that way. Then on these edges, a bit of parchment will probably stick, so you want to cut that off. Now flip it over again and cut it about 7 by 7. Okay. Now, you have little wrappers. It works best when you have 2 people, but I don't have 2 people right now. You're gonna, if they're clear, it's hard to see them, but you're gonna try to lay them out on the counter. You could also wrap them in wax paper. Okay, I'll just do a few to start. And now, just take a caramel, place it in the middle of a wrapper, go around, crinkle up the sides. Now I'll do that with all the others. We are just going to, well, do the dishes, eat the scraps from the cutting board, and that is pretty much it. Also, it is a lot easier to have a second person helping you with the apple cider caramels because one person can cut and one person can wrap, which is what we usually do, but my sister isn't up yet. All of the caramels we've done, except for these two. Bye.